Hey, what's up, people? Unleash the power of AI with an autonomous content creator that generates videos featuring an AI avatar that speaks. Keep watching. Say hello to Vixen, a revolutionary autonomous content creator that does the work for you. Built using front end technologies like JavaScript and 3JS, Vixen scours the web for the latest and greatest content from sources like Wired and uses advanced summarization techniques like ChatGPT to condense all of it into bite sized, easy to digest videos. I built this tool that can generate videos for platforms like YouTube and TikTok. It has backend system that scrapes articles and creates summaries for videos and then generates an MP3 using text to speech. It will then perform the recording of the content one by one from all of the articles it scrapes, and then the backend will create the videos for YouTube and TikTok. So this is Vixen, the AI content creator that I created using my tools that I built.
Are you ready for the future? A future where technology is so advanced, it's almost like magic. I'm Vixen, and I'm here to share with you a prediction that will blow your mind.
As you can see, there is content. She's speaking using text to speech. She's animated. There's a video playing in the background. All of this is scripted and generated on the fly. So what you're seeing here is it's a front end canvas application that loads in an VRM model, which is relatively easy if you know how to use 3JS. You then load it in, you download some Mixamo animations and use those at different points, so you can play those animations and stop those animations depending on what the character needs to do. And a lot of the work is kind of driven by the backend. The backend will create the array of transcripts for the character to read. It'll give it the MP3 of the voice, and the front end, its job is to move the mouth and based on the audio. So we analyze the audio, see when to move the mouth, and we move the mouth according to the audio. So that kind of is most of the work. The front end does a few other things like taking selfies, which ultimately is taking a screenshot using a green screen, and I pose the character in different poses. And then we have the backgrounds can be changed. So again, the backend will then define if it's technology content. We've got an array of different videos that can be provided, and I'll show you the array in a second. And then it gets passed into the front end, and the front end takes the information and starts to animate the character based upon that, records everything via the front end. So we're using the web media APIs to then record everything, create a video, tell the backend, hey, this video has been created in this space, and then it goes in, it grabs that video, uses FFmpeg to then create a final MP4 for YouTube and a cropped version for TikTok. So looking at the code, if we look at the backend, there's plenty of these JSON files that have been generated. Let's take one that's formatted here. So as you can see, the JSON object is relatively simple. It has the speech, what the character needs to say, the background, it says text 6. So in our backgrounds folder, we have an MP4 that's called text 6, an MP3 which contains the speech, and all of these content get loaded up and then passed into Vixen, who's going to speak. And I can show you that. So here she is. This is my front end. As you can see, I got some bunch of controls. This is all still a POC, so a lot of these things are just put there on purpose just to try things out. but there's a box here where you can just chuck in some content, provide it with a background, and then you send it and it'll start to speak. There's different types of imports. You can make it dance, text to speech, which is the input here, and speech just loads the last speech.mp3, which is what this stuff is here. This creates speech.mp3. So let's take dance for example, and hit start.
Hi.
She goes off and starts dancing. So then she goes off and she dances, and there's different things that she can do. And once she's finished, there's a video that gets generated. So most of this code that you can see is all using free, ready to use kind of stuff available on Windows. I've not used any APIs here. Everything that you see is done via free libraries, open source basically. So I am using a mix of Node.js and Python. So Python does some of the heavy lifting. So speech, what it does here is it takes in so this has text to speech, so it picks a voice. So I've picked Hazel as the voice here, and I then pass in the content, so the speech.text, which is a temporary file containing all the speech. It then creates the MP3 and then spits it out. And then the other thing that I use is a transcript. So this piece of code will create the transcript from the MP3. So the first thing it does, it converts it to a WAV, uses the WAV, and then determines the position of the words inside of that MP3. So we use this summarize code, which will then summarize the content. So we chuck the summarize, we put the content that requires summarizing into the summarize.text, read it, and then we ask the summarizer to transformer, which is similar to GPT, ChatGPT. So I think it's using GPT-2 or something similar. It will then summarize that content for you and spit it back out as the result, and you can use that result. So that's kind of what it does for the content. It scrapes using Puppeteer news. So using Puppeteer, it goes to TechCrunch, Wired, and then creates the JSON file for that. And you can see it's summarizing the content as well. And then it tells, once it's finished, it tells the script that I've created to do the generation of the MP3s, which will then go through the JSON file and generate those MP3s. So that was a quick overview of the tool I've been working on in the last couple of weeks. It's not finished, it's a POC, but it's to showcase that it's possible. We can create our own avatars, content creation, so our own VTubers effectively that can be autonomous. We can get it to scrape content and then generate these videos. So the goal for me is to go even further. So it will start to wake up in the morning, you know, it can't have coffee, but it'll wake up in the morning, say good morning on its and tweet. After it's done its tweet, I want it to then create content. So read some articles, come up with some content, and then start generate some videos, and also tweet about it and engage with people on Twitter. So ultimately, I want it to become fully autonomous as a character and have a personality. So that's where ChatGPT comes in. We can use it to have history of the avatar and all the kind of question and answers that the avatar has been responding with. Then when you pass that back into GPT, it will know how to respond because it's got some history. So those are the kind of things I want to be working on in the future. If you like this kind of content, give me a thumbs up, and also in the future, I might go into a bit more detail if there is appetite for it. So let me know in the comments below if you want to see more. Peace out, guys.